Hey! Henry just launched 2 variants of their new .357 Magnum single action, double action revolver. Guy and I are going to go in depth on both. Gavin Gear here from UltimateReloader.com. We're back with Guy Miner. Thank you, Guy, for joining us.
Absolutely.
This is awesome. We got a whole bunch of Henry content coming up. You know, we've already covered the X model 3030,
right?
Supersonic, subsonic. You've taken game with it. You're going to want to check out those stories. We also had the .357 Mag, big boy stainless lever gun. That was fun. We did 38 Special and .357 Magnum out of that. And right now we're working on 3 awesome content series with 3 different firearms from Henry. Right here we've got both variants of the new big boy .357 Magnum revolver. The bird's head grip and the gunfighter grip, is that correct? Okay. That is something I've been looking forward to since I first saw these things, right?
Oh yeah.
Also, there's the new 360 buckhammer. We've got the steel lever action in that chambering. That's a platform that we haven't talked about from Henry yet. And then we've got the X model and 4570. So we love the 3030 so much. We're extending that with some totally awesome content with 4570.
Yes.
We've got the Banish 46. We've got 410 grain subsonic ammo from Hornady. We've got FTX bullets. We've got Barry's bullets. Whole bunch of really good stuff there. Okay, this video is squarely about these revolvers. So let's get these guys out of the box. This is the bird's head grip variant. Oof, look at that. I just love this because Henry's really doing something different here. You know, this does not look like any other revolver I've ever owned.
Right, it's not just a copy of existing designs.
Yeah.
And it's exciting to me to see a company entering into the revolver market. That doesn't happen very often.
There's no cameraman, so I'm going to do this right here. Very nice. So that's the single action trigger pull. That's the double action. And we're going to put this on the trigger scan. So we're being a little subjective now. We're going to get hardcore and data driven with our trigger analysis in just a little bit. Let's see what you got.
Sure, I bet it's a Henry. Took a little peek in here. Ah, look at this. .357 Magnum. This is the gunfighter grip. It's a little more hand filling than the bird's head grip. Nice. Very nice.
You know, I'm personally really enamored with single action, double action revolvers because I like to shoot single action, but I like the ergonomics of a double action revolver a little bit better. And so this kind of has some really awesome vibes, if you ask me. It's kind of like retro, it's kind of cowboy.
It is, it is. It's got some of those Western vibes to it.
Yep.
I think especially the bird's head grip version, it brings back a little bit of that single action revolver ergonomics.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how they both feel.
With some different carry dynamics too, because you don't have this big corner kind of protruding out there. So, 4-inch barrel, .357 Magnum, fixed sights, which I like the fixed sights on my Smith & Wesson Model 1905. Like, if you want a really low profile, simplicity, the ultimate in retro, you know, it kind of goes with the whole vibe.
Well, that was standard with U.S. police 38s and 357s for decades. They didn't give the cops a lot of adjustable sight versions there for quite a while. Many departments stayed with fixed sights.
Yeah, it's really curious to me how accurate you can be with these fixed sights if you learn how to use them and learn kind of where things are landing.
Yes, and these have an adjustment on the front side available.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So we'll have to check that out. And then the brass grip frame. So this is a totally different element in terms of the aesthetics and the construction. And you kind of have to see it, honestly. Like, you know, we can hold these up and show you in the video, but with the walnut and the brass and the blued steel together, you have kind of a really interesting a visual package that I think is really awesome. I personally love bluing a lot.
Oh yeah.
That deep, dark, the polished steel and the bluing over the top of that is really aesthetically pleasing to me. So
yeah, it looks nice. I mean, we've spent all of about 30 seconds with these so far, but it looks really good.
Nice.
I'm surprised. I'm impressed.
Yep. And again, the different grip styles are going to be better for different applications, and also obviously it has to do with the appearance. Okay, so specs. Let's talk specs real quick. Single action, double action. It's going to be a very familiar form factor. You know, you've got the cylinder release right here in a good spot. You've got the ejector kind of right where you would expect it to be. So 6 rounds, right?
Yep.
Yep. And that's standard. You can see 7 or 8 on certain chamberings and certain
5
models, and 5. Yeah, I think a lot of the concealed carry ultra trim models are going to go down to 5, but 6 is standard, right?
It is. That's why they call them 6-shooters.
We've got the fluting here, which is nice. So this says 35 ounce, and this is the gunfighter grip. We'll talk about the bird's eye grip in just a moment.
So that's a few ounces less than my 1911 all steel 1911.
Okay.
For comparison's sake.
Yeah, transfer bar safety. That's something that you want as a safety feature. So if you bang the hammer while you're carrying it or drop the gun, you know it's got that extra safety built in.
Right.
Yep. And so 35 ounces for the gunfighter and 34 ounces for the bird's head grip, which makes sense. They're basically removing material to get that profile.
Right, and I think that's the only difference in the specs, and it's because the only thing different on that is the different grip.
Yep.
So, nice.
Yep. So that's the high level. I'm getting itchy to go shooting. Should we do that next?
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll see you in a bit. All right, the big boys on steel, 357 mag. We got some reduced power loads here. Let's see how they're gonna do.
Should be fun.
Yeah. So I've got the gunfighter and you've got the bird's head.
Bird's head grip.
And then let's switch next. How about that?
Okay.
Cool.
I kind of like this one.
How's that compared to the full power 357? Is it better?
Very wimpy.
Yeah?
I like it.
Okay.
It's easy shooting.
Let's see. Yeah. Guess I'll do double action as well, right? Oh, one miss.
Fun
Is that all I got?
stuff.
Yeah.
Just load up and do it again.
I'm not good with double action. I got to do some practicing.
It's good stuff to learn,
Yeah, let's switch.
you know, for self-defense type shooting. Single action, huh?
Yeah, single action. We stepped back just a little bit, and now you've got the gunfighter and I've got the bird's head.
Right.
Okay.
Good deal. Here we go.
I'm gonna go single-handed.
Oh,
Oh, he gets arrogant, he gets cocky. What am I doing?
focus on the front sight. There you go.
Well, that wasn't very impressive.
6-2. I got you. I may have shot more handgun than you.
Yeah. Tables are turned, single-handed. I'm going double-handed again.
Okay.
Nice. Is that one more?
One more.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay,
That was fun.
let's see if we can hit this dude down there.
Okay. We're out of these mild ones, but I've got some 38s.
Okay.
We are proud.
Okay.
We're Americans. Of course we're proud.
Low. Low. Huh, that might have been off the left. It's hard to see. Can you see where it's hitting? Hey!
I'm glad I put 6 in there.
Yeah. Nice. Nice work.
Yeah, I was holding on his head.
Okay.
So.
Thanks for the hint. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Nice. Good job. 38 specials at about 100 yards. Maybe not a full 100, close.
Oh, I can see that flinch off the left.
That sounded good.
Yeah, that was low. Okay, so I think I got 3. Is that right?
I thought you got 4.
4. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So it turns out you win some, you lose some for both of us. You gonna try it again?
Yeah, I've got 1 bullet left.
Okay.
What the heck?
There you go, sir.
Giving this little revolver some work.
Yeah. Believe in you, guy. Off the left.
Well, if he was full-size Harold, would have hit him.
We both hit him. How about that? Huh? It's not easy. Well, that was definitely a lot of fun, and we kind of had mixed success there. You had a lot better success at close range, and I did a little bit better at long range.
Oh, you cleaned up on me at long range. I think I got 1 hit on that big long target.
That was a little tough. He was probably at about 90 yards.
And we were using factory 38 special ammunition, which is not going fast. It's dropping like a rock.
Right, 650 feet per second, maybe 700, somewhere in there.
Maybe somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Oh.
But a heck of a lot of fun.
It was a hoot.
Yeah, and it's interesting, to compare the dynamics of the two, with the grip style being the big difference. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you, I had a feeling I was going to like these sights, and I did. It's just a different shooting experience. We're lowriders,
It's like back to basics. I learned how to shoot a revolver on an old Smith & Wesson Model 10 with fixed sights, and it's just like going back to those days, back all the way back to the 70s. And yeah, it's fun. I'll tell you one thing, it's real nice about these fixed sights, there's nothing to go out of whack.
Absolutely.
They are durable, they're going to stay right there. Nice thing that Henry thought about was each one of these comes with 2 other front sights you can put on here.
Yes.
To change your elevation, which is really important, especially with different types and velocities of ammunition, because you get some pretty wide variations of point of impact.
Yeah, and that just basically makes these more versatile, at different ranges and all that. And we showed you can hit targets at 100 yards if you try, right? It's
yes.
Not super easy, but
that was fun.
Yeah, definitely. And then when we came back, we did our chronograph testing, right? This was fun. I thought, I'm trying to think of the last time I had 2 brand new firearms that, these are the same, from the cylinder forward.
Right.
So how are the velocities going to compare? How are the triggers going to compare? We'll talk about that in a moment. So the velocities that we saw with the bird's head, with the hammer down ammo. This is the same ammo that we used to test the big boy lever gun. Had an average velocity of 1,214 feet per second. Pretty good for a 4-inch barrel.
Yes, and that's 170 grain. That's a heavy bullet in the 357 Magnum.
Yeah. What is it? 156 would be.
Yeah, 158 is the normal.
158.
Yeah. And so this is on the heavier side.
Yeah.
And not crazy heavy. There have been 200 grain bullets for it too, but this is heavier side and 1,200 feet per second out of a 4-inch barrel. That's respectable.
Yep. And then the gunfighter, 1,229, right? So we were within 15-ish feet per second, between the two, and then, with a 4-inch revolver, it's not going to be quite as consistent as, a 6-inch revolver or, other types of firearms that are a little bit more controlled. We've got the cylinder barrel gap and all that. So, yeah.
I think it was smart starting out their line of revolvers with this 4-inch. That's kind of the standard. That's what American cops carried for generations. It was a 4-inch double-action revolver. And you can get the little stubbies, and you can get the longer barrels, but this is a good starting point for Henry, I think.
Yeah, it's easy to carry. It's easy to point.
It is.
Yeah, it's a good middle ground. You got enough velocity to definitely do some damage there. Okay, so then we took both revolvers and we put them on the TriggerScan TS11. This is a really cool device. It has a motorized actuator for the trigger, and it's taking force readings, and it knows exactly what the distance is, and it's able to assemble these detailed plots where we get all of the key metrics like peak force and over travel and travel to actuate, but then we also get a picture of the entire trigger pull. We can see things like grit on the trigger and how the force rises as the trigger is pulled back in terms of distance and all that. So again, with these being basically the same mechanically, internally, it was really interesting to compare. So for the bird's head grip, we had a double action peak force of 12.56 and a single action peak force of 5.3 pounds. Whereas with the gunfighter grip model, this guy over here, we had a peak force of 11.4 pounds for double action and a peak force of 4.37 pounds for single action. And what I'm wondering is, it could be that the springs were adjusted a little bit differently at the factory.
Could well be. It would be interesting. I don't know if we'll take the time to do this, but it would be interesting after we put 1,000 rounds through these.
Yeah.
Put them on there again. I don't think I would expect the single action pull to change much, if any, but that double action is going to smooth out. In my experience, the more you shoot one of those double action revolvers, the smoother that pull gets.
Yeah, absolutely. That would have a drastic effect on this, and you can even see the type of lubrication that you have in the trigger mechanism and how that's, affecting the smoothness of the trigger. This thing is incredibly sensitive. So, some more information, and if you look at the article, you can, check out the full graphs, and we've got the tables of data for all that. Kind of interesting to take a look at. At the end of the day, I like these revolvers. I think they're definitely something different, and they're really, really fun and also practical.
Oh yeah, I go along with all that. They are fun. We grew up shooting Colts and Smith & Wessons and Rugers, and this is a new company entering that double action revolver market, and good for them. I'm happy to see it. These things were absolutely so much fun to shoot.
Yep.
And that's if I was to buy one, that's why I would buy it, because it's cool, it's different, and it's fun.
Yeah. When you take this out at the range, people are going to be like, "Oh, what's that?" It's got the brass trim on it. It's definitely some different vibes, and it goes with that whole traditional / retro feel.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm thinking with these, I'm not going to do anything to these guys.
Shoot them.
Just shoot them, and I'm thinking accessories. So Henry has some great leather holsters, and I think a bunch more people are, jumping on the bandwagon for accessories like that. And
that holster they sell is by Simply Rugged, which is a really good holster maker. So.
Yep. And it's always fun to take something like this with very simple sights and just see what you can do with some basic hardware, right? To me, that's just really gratifying.
Riding around the ranch up here on your side-by-side with one of these in your holster,
protecting yourself in
awesome.
Style, right?
Of course.
So, other follow-ups that would be possible here would be to do some different loads, like really, really light loads with light bullets, intermediate loads with, medium weight bullets, cast versus plated versus jacketed. I mean, there's obviously a lot here to keep you entertained for a long time.
I started loading for the 38 and 357 back in the 70s. I still enjoy loading for those.
Yep.
And it's a great pair of cartridges, and keep my 38s pretty mild for the most part, and my 357s are kind of up on the other end of the scale.
Yep.
And that's good. And these will handle it just fine.
Certainly. Well, thank you, Guy, for your help with this story. And don't forget, we got the 2 other Henry stories right around the same time. We've got the Buckhammer, the steel lever action, walnut and blued steel, pretty awesome lever gun. And then we've got another X model in 4570, which is awesome. So make sure you're subscribed with notifications. If you have ideas for Guy and I with these 357s or with the Buckhammer or the 4570, drop a comment and let us know, and we'll add it to our list. That concludes this video, and that means it's time to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, where we've got unrestricted content, and Instagram. Make sure to follow us on all those channels. Ultimate Reloader also has a commercial solutions division serving law enforcement, the military, and the gun industry. We have some unique capabilities, including a comprehensive suite of recoil testing and evaluation capabilities, trigger profiling, and more. If you're interested in custom rifles like what we build here on the channel or gunsmithing services, you're going to want to go to rifles.ultimatereloader.com and get on the wait list. If you want to learn lucrative gunsmithing like what I show here on the channel, including building custom rifles and Cerakote plus a whole bunch more, you're going to want to check out the Colorado School of Trades, schooloftrades.edu. Thanks again for watching.